my name is David Taylor, coming to you as always from beautiful Houston, Texas. How's it going, guys and gals? I hope you guys are having a wonderful fucking Friday, man. It's Friday. Fuck yeah, Friday. And I'm about to drink some beer. So, that's awesome. As always, it is hot as shit and the sun. Love that. Don't have to love everything about Houston, but you gotta love that. Somebody asked me, is it always sunny in Houston? Well, no, that's not true. Houston does have two kinds of weather. It's either sunny or it's rainy. That's right, I know. Usually you'd think winter, fall, summer, spring. None of that shit. It's green all the time, except for 3 months. October, November, December. That's when it usually cools down to a breezy 50 to 60 degrees, which for me personally is freezing to death weather, but that's because I'm usually standing around in the 90 to 95 degrees, which is what it is right now. Whew, shit. So, that's alright though, that's alright. I sweat all day. It just never stops. It never stops. It's definitely not Diet Coke weather right now though. It is cold beer or water weather. If there's one trick you need, one life hack you need to live in Houston, Texas, drink a lot of water, man, and stay indoors when possible. Oh man, I'm sorry. You know, it's actually really nice a lot of the year. Just these summer months, dude, are killer, dude. All the way to like into August, beginning of October, dude. It's rough. Especially if you work outside. So let me rephrase. If you work out, you need a life hack for Houston, Texas. If you plan to be outside a lot, drink a lot of water. Oh, it hurts. Oh, it hurts. But it feels so good. Damn. Yep, so I'm heading down to Texas Tavern, get some beers with the boys from work. And it's gonna be a perfect afternoon for cold beer. Jeez. So, I'm printing out some stuff I wanted to talk about, but I totally forgot it because I was trying to hurry up and leave so I can get to the bar. But yesterday we talked about the tree thing, right? In the special session, they were gonna vote on the tree ordinance. And that's, again, Governor Greg, Whiskey Cadoo Abbott, pushing that shit because, you know, he doesn't like local control of things. He wants the state to make every decision for us because, you know, that's usually in line with most conservative values, right? That's what we like as conservative. One big centralized government telling everybody what to do, right? We love that kind of thing here. Oh, no, we don't. We don't like that. In fact, we like the opposite of that. You control area you live in, and you don't need some bureaucrats in Austin or Washington telling us what to do. And that's the damn truth. But, oh my God. But, you know, Abbott and his cohorts down there want to do shit like that. For some reason, I don't know why. I don't know why they like it. They just like it for some reason. I don't understand, but, you know, I'm an actual conservative, you know, so. And a Christian. That's why I don't get along with most people that call themselves conservatives, and also the people that call themselves Democrat. I don't think any of them are coming from the right spot. But we're not going to sit there and dwell on that. We're going to talk about SB 23. Never heard of it? Nope. Most of us haven't. Why? Not very much news coverage on it. What is SB 23, you might ask? Well, that's the rule, the legislative rule that would, I am so bad at saying legislative. I don't know why. That's the rule that would give power to a federal or a state agency to enforce the E-Verify system. That's the system that the federal government has in place so that you can check the people that are working for you that you hire and make sure they have a legal status in the United States of America, right? So say you're a contractor for the state of Texas. You're building a road, you're building a highway, you're building a toll booth, you're building a ditch, whatever. You know, you're putting in a park, anything you're doing, you're clearing out muck. All the fine examples of contracts you can get from the state, right? So right now, you can basically do whatever you want. It's operating on an honor system. Oh, you know, we're not going to make sure that you're following the rules. We're just going to assume that as a business, all of you are all going to follow the rules all of the time, and we're sure it'll be fine, right? Instead of arming an agency to make sure that we're not hiring a bunch of illegal immigrants to work, which we'll get to that, because I don't have an intrinsic problem with, I don't have an issue with that by itself. But, you know, if you really want to put a curb on illegal immigration, you have to do things like the E-Verify system, where contractors and other employers are held accountable to make sure that they're not hiring people that don't have papers, right? Because we don't want to do that. We don't want to hire people that don't have papers. What we want to do is provide a straightforward, simple, and doable path for people that come to the country so that they can be a part of the tax base. That's what we need, all right? We don't need things like SB 4, right? Senate Bill 4, which requires police officers to assist ICE and other federal agencies with immigration enforcement. SB 4 didn't do anything but cause division in our country. That's all it did. It's just continually deepen the divide between conservatives and Democrats and white people and Hispanic people or all the other immigrants. And that's what they want. They want us to spend all our time hating each other so that we're not paying attention to what they're doing, instead of making common sense laws to actually get the job done that they say they want to get done, because they don't really care about that, okay? What they care about is dividing us and making us argue with each other so we won't pay attention to their bullshit. That's what's going on. That's the only thing that's going on. And we got to stop letting them get away with this bullshit. You know what I mean? They need to push SB 23, not SB 4. Okay? Fucking assholes. Now, I'm telling you, they're doing it on purpose so that we won't pay attention to them. Literally, that's what they're doing. It's not a conspiracy. It's not something weird. It's exactly what they're doing it because they don't want us educated, and they sure as hell don't want us calling them to account for their bullshit. Woo! Sorry. So, but we didn't get SB 4. Or we didn't get SB 23. We got SB 4. Because that's how they like to operate. But I'm just saying, man, it is crap. So, you know, I would love for all of you wonderful residents of the state of Texas to write your congressman and write your governor and your lieutenant governor and everybody else and tell them, why are we enforcing SB 23? Why are we giving teeth to the rule that would actually stop illegal immigrants from working for employers, especially ones that get contracts from the state of Texas where your direct taxpayer money goes? You want to do something about that? Hold them accountable. Make them make rules that make sense, that are going to get the goddamn job done. All right? And if you want to put a curb on illegal immigration, tell them to get their shit together, protect the borders, which is good, get the people that are legal out, which is also okay, and then give a chance to the people that want to stay and work, that may be here illegally, give them a way to become part of the tax base. But scaring them all off with this fucking SB 4 shit's not going to do it. Okay? And just not balling up and making a policy because you're afraid you might lose some votes is also not okay. Look, people are always going to immigrate here. You can't stop all of them. Why not let the people that want to be American citizens, that want to learn English, that want to contribute, give them a fucking way in. A straightforward way in. The more I learn about our immigration system, the crazier it fucking seems. All right, so moving on to the tree thing. So Abbott just killed it. He vetoed it. He's not going to want to do it. You know what? Actually, I'm going to drink some beer, and I'm going to come back to this. Woo! Hey? Still David. Still me. A few beers later. One or two. Not too many. Not too many. I can still drive. It's fine. But still. Me. Still me. Yep. So, what were we talking about? What were we talking about? Man, it's still hot, dude. What time is it? 1942? Is that right? 7:42. Man. I was at that bar for a long time. Shit. Oh. Sorry, man. I gotta do it. Oh, shit. We gotta turn around. I missed the street. I wasn't paying attention. Well, you know what? Oh. No, there's a gate. Oh, can I drive through the gate? Let's see the gate. It might be a drive-through gate. Exit. Salida. What's the word? Abrir? Abrir? Open. So anyway, I think we were talking about, Abbott. Hold up. Oh. McScooty. He's so mad. He's an angry guy. He's angry about trees. He doesn't like trees or local governments for some reason. Yeah, man, so they got rid of the tree thing. He just straight out vetoed that one because, he didn't think it did enough. It did enough to get rid of local tree ordinances. It's a fun thing about Abbott. In 1984? So he's jogging. He's jogging in River Oaks in Houston. And he's jogging and he gets hit by a tree limb. Right? So a tree limb falls just as he's running down the road, and it crushes his spine. I know, right? Isn't that terrible? And paralyzes him. He's a young man at this point. He's like, oh, shit. So he gets like a $9 million settlement, basically. When you add it all up, and he gets paid every month. He gets like $15,000 a month. Right? $15,000 a month. And an annual sum of money. And all in all, when it's all done, he's going to get like $9 million from the homeowner in River Oaks, and also from the company that was maintaining the trees for the home. So this guy's just got like, he's got a problem with trees. I guess he thinks that maybe the state can do a better job. Also, funny, he gets paralyzed by the tree, and I guess has like a life revelation or something. So he becomes the Texas Attorney General. God knows how you do that. And during his tenure as the Attorney General, he makes it much, much harder for people that want to sue for personal injury against a company or a private individual. So he gets his big payout, $9 million. He gets $9 million because the tree fell on him. And I don't have a problem with that. I mean, the homeowner is responsible for the trees on their property, and the company the homeowner is paying to maintain those trees is also responsible. If the tree wasn't safe, then they are responsible for the damage that was caused to Mr. Abbott. I don't have a problem with the $9 million. Exactly, because if you're in a situation where you get injured because somebody else was negligent, you should be able to sue. But he spends all his time as Attorney General making sure that nobody else can get that kind of payout, right? Because, it's costing a lot of money for the state. nobody wants to practice medicine. Nobody wants to do stuff here because we have problems with, people suing for too much money. So he does everything again to create a cap on the amount of money that you can get from a personal injury suit, which is $750,000. That's a lot of money. So I get it. And he claims now that, you can still get that kind of payout, that $9 million that he got. But it's not true. It's not true. So, he gets injured. He sues. He wins the suit. He settles. He doesn't even take it to court. He settles. And then he does everything he can in his power to make sure that nobody else in the state of Texas can also get that same kind of payout. So this guy, Abbott, is just a fucking shill, man. He's just a fucking shill. If it's good for him, he's okay with doing it. But if it's good for everybody else, then he doesn't like it. And that's the problem we have with these fucking people. Is that they're really not representing us, man. They don't care about us. They care about what's in their best interest. And they care about what's in the best interest of the people that are paying them to get elected. And they've been doing that for a long time. Generations of people have been getting sold out to big corporations. It just seems like there's no balance in the world anymore. Anyway, let's get rid of Greg Abbott. We don't need him to be governor next term. And also Dan Patrick. Let's get rid of Dan Patrick. We don't need him to be lieutenant governor next term. Because all they're doing through SB 4 and the other shitty legislation they've passed is serving the interests of the corporations they fucking work for. And there have been a couple good ones. Don't talk 100% shit, because there have been a couple good ones. Like, for instance, now you have to be at least 16 before you get married in Texas. You might not have known this, but that wasn't a law until this past legislative session. Under 16, you could get legally married if your parents signed off on it. So if you're 14, 13, you're a young girl, your parents could marry you off to somebody, which is fucked up. Why would your parents marry you off to somebody? It seems like a bad deal. But it was happening. It was. You don't think it'd be possible in this country, but it was definitely happening. But that's not how we do things here. That's for India and Pakistan and Afghanistan and all the other stands out there. But it was legal here in Texas, our own goddamn home state. The definition of America. And it was happening here. That's just fucked up. So he said you can't do that anymore. That's fucked up. Not Abbott. Abbott didn't put that legislation forward. He signed off on it. Because some other good representative pushed it forward. So it's not all bad, but it's mostly bad. It's mostly bad enough to get this cocksucker out of our process. We don't need this guy in our government. We need calm, level-headed people that can look at all sides and make a decision that benefits the most possible Texans most of the time. Right? What is our political philosophy? What is good for the most Americans most of the time? That's how we need to vote. Alright, well, My name is David Taylor. Thank you very much for watching. Hey, please subscribe and share. And y'all have a good one.
Cyber risk mitigation in day-to-day business processes. So they need to be asking the right questions as opposed to the questions that are being asked today. Now, what are the right questions? The right questions are, is it for Houston?
Somebody commented, and I didn't read the whole thing, it just popped up. There are over 60 mosques in Houston. Woo! Okay, you know, I can name like where at least like 8 Christian-based churches are just off the top of my head in the small area where I live in. So if there are 60 mosques, I don't know. I'll see if I get a number. There are probably like 1,000 Christian churches or something. Like, don't worry. There's still more of us than there are of them. Number 2, why do you think your country is so fucking weak, man? Why do you think we're so fucking weak here that they're going to be able to take over? This isn't Europe, you know? People come here, you know, they get a taste for how we live. They see how we do things over here. And maybe you got 1 out of 10,000 or something that you know, that like hates us still, you know. But most people that come here, they turn into Americans, and then they start fighting for us. Now, I don't know off the top of my head, but I can probably say safely that you have many examples of immigrants who have come here and then gone back out and fight and died for this country. And wouldn't we be taken a little bit away from those brave individuals who happen to be of the whatever Muslim faith or whatever you call it, that have died for this country? Why are you so concerned about, you know what, these people like just like they're gonna change America? You don't change. You come here, you get changed by America. That's what happens to all the immigrants that come here, not just the. I lost my train of thought there. Just pulled up to work, but just saying, you're getting worried over nothing, man. You're getting worried over nothing. I don't know who you are or why you're so afraid. But stop being afraid. Fear is what gets us in trouble. Quit being a pussy, man. You afraid of a couple fucking people because they're a little bit different from you? My country's not that weak. I don't know where you live or what you're worried about. But I can tell you, my America, we're not fucking worried about these fucking people. Alright? Yeah. Come on, man.